Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Another day, another phone for review. So much tech review going on this channel, and we're revisiting OnePlus 6 and iPhone 6. And if you're interested looking back at those tech, you can follow our Twitter community at GadgetRevNow to check what's new. Today, we will going to review what could be the best value phone last year. It has an amazing hardware components and pieces, but the software side is limited because of the US ban. If you're eyeing on this phone and you're considering it, this review is perfect for you. And if you already own it, this is not a validation video, but to ask the question, is it still good in 2021? Today, we will review the Huawei P40. Without Google services, is it still worth it? Hey, don't forget to subscribe, my friend. Let's go. Let's start with the design. I was surprised how compact it is. I think smaller phones are going back this year. I expect a bigger phone, but when I unbox it this week, it feels like our S10e or Pixel 5. It has glass front and back, and I did a research of it and found no glass protection from Corning or Asahi, so I would be really careful and snap a case and screen protector to it. It has aluminum frame, and you have the power and volume button on one side, microphone on top, nothing on the other side, as you can see, and SIM card tray, charging port, microphone, and speakers at the bottom. It has a rectangular shaped camera module that looks like S20 FE 5G, but more flashy with that Leica branding and that pill-shaped camera module in front. All in all, this is a masterpiece design without glass protection. Hey, just a side note, if you own Huawei P40 or any phones you see on this channel, we're making more videos of this phone in the future. Please hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this. Next is performance. If there's any other area of my review which you would probably be interested in, this might be it. It's running Android 11 on EMUI 11, and I just received the February security patches, so even though this is a stripped version of Android, Huawei is still delivering the timely updates. The downside is, it doesn't have Google Play Store and no Google Apps, or any apps that uses Google services. You need to sideload Google services or live without it. Kirin 990 powers this phone with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM. I ran a Geekbench test and it scored 726 on single core and 2787 on multi-cores. If you want speed comparison, it is as fast as Samsung Note 20 Ultra. I was able to play Mobile Legends, GTA, and Call of Duty in high performance. Light games such as Subway Surfer and Temple Run are blazing fast. I have no issue opening apps, streaming services, and using it for calls, text, and camera use. It has 128 to 256 gigs of storage that is sufficient in 2021. It also has the fast UFS 3.0 storage for faster read and write. All in all, this is a flagship specs without Google services. Next is the screen. The screen is a 6.1-inch OLED with pill-shaped selfie camera that houses time-of-flight sensor and the 32-megapixel camera. The colors are accurate and has deep blacks. It's a typical OLED panel where you don't see screen bleeding on the sides. It has a tall 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio, and the aspect ratio is good for reading, multi-window, and full-screen videos. It is not as tall as other phones today with 20 by 9 aspect ratio, but it also helps your fingers reach everything in one hand. It also has 531 nits of max brightness that is decently bright for outdoors. You will see everything in direct sunlight, but not as bright as an S20 or Note 20 Ultra. To sum up, it's a great screen, not as bright as Samsung's flagship phone, but you will enjoy it. Next is the sound, and the sound is average. It has a single downward facing speaker that can be easily covered. It doesn't have a 3.5 audio jack, so you need a dongle or Bluetooth headset. As always, I tested this with my Pixel 3 XL, and here's the test. The sound is full and has good bass. It might not be as loud as other phones, but like any other phones, it is sufficient and you will love it. Next is battery, and the battery life of this phone is good. It has 3800 mAh that will be enough for a day of use. I was able to play 2 hours of gaming, 1 Netflix movie, 2 hours of music, another hour for social media, and occasional use for calls, texts, and camera use, and still have more than 10% at the end of the day. The battery can easily last you 2 days of moderate usage. With the included 22.5 watts charger, I was able to charge the phone from 0 to 60% in 30 minutes. I was able to fully charge it in 1.5 hours. To sum up, it has a decent battery life that can be charged fast. And lastly, the camera. It has a triple camera setup of 50 megapixel main, 8 megapixel telephoto, and 16 megapixel ultra-wide. The main sensor and telephoto have OIS, so it's good for shaky conditions. DxOMark, a company that tests camera performance, scored this 115 in photos and 98 on videos. If you want comparison, it's closely performing with Samsung S21 and Google Pixel 4. It produces good, punchy, and saturated photos. It has scene mode or AI that will detect the scene and adjust the color profile. Night shot or photo stacking are also good. It has good colors in low light, but you would lose some details because it aggressively smoothens the image. Videos can record 4K up to 60 FPS with gyro EIS or electronic image stabilization. Videos are good and it's up there with the competition. So what is GadgetRevNow's verdict? Although this phone lacks Google services, it's a familiar Android phone with the same experience. If you heavily use Google apps and services, you will definitely miss it, but if you are resourceful, there's always a way to sideload them. It's not even an issue. I will not recommend this to people who uses Google services and not techy enough to sideload them because you will be frustrated if you will have a hard time trying to do it. And I will recommend this to people who loves a good camera and a fast phone. If you know a thing or two about sideloading Google, or you think you can follow instructions, this is a great phone considering the price. I think it's less than $500. Imagine what you can buy with that. A mediocre mid-range phone. But if you're techy enough, you can grab one of these beasts and be satisfied. Huawei P40 has everything. Fast performance, decent battery, great screen, and one of the best performing cameras. No Google? No problem. As long as you can sideload or install Google services, Huawei P40 is a great bargain. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. We're posting videos of gadget reviews, comparisons, photography gears, and tips. The goal of this channel is to review and compare devices as simple as possible, concise, and friendly. Don't forget to drop your comment, like, and share. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.